Hello, everybody. This is my presentation of the Stars of Swing era from big band to bebop. This is primarily focused on soloists. I hope you enjoy my small presentation. I did this presentation for my music class in college at Fresno State. I'm going to do it for you all for free just because, you know what? I had to do this whole presentation. I might as well give it to you all as well. Let's start this. Well, how about I actually click the right button? All right. Anyways, what is swing? This is important because if we're going to talk about swing music and all these artists who are known for it, we might as well know what it means. Swing is denoting a moderate danceable rhythm of four beats to a bar, each unevenly divided, thus called the swing effect, was predominant in virtually all jazz from the 1930s to the 1950s. Swing is more than a genre of music. It's a rhythmic, energetic, and infectious style that emerged between the 1930s and the 1950s. At its core, swing is categorized by its lively and syncopated rhythm, which makes you want to tap your feet and dance along. All right, why this was important? Because at the time was the Great Depression, 1930s to the 1940s were the Great Depression. A lot of times people didn't have money. The only thing they could listen to was music and save all their money to go to the local dance hall on the weekend and dance and play to the music. That's what they could do at the time. And out of that style came heroes, or I wouldn't say heroes, but musicians that were soloists. But before we talk about them, we need to talk about vertical versus horizontal improvisation. Coleman Hawkins created the vertical concept by moving up and down chord lines, emphasis chord tones, and arpeggios. That word's so weird to me. Horizontal concept emphasizes scales and melodic lines. Art Tatum will use this concept in the future slides. He's in the right corner there. Star improvisations rose out of the big bands. Feeling boxed in by the drudgery of playing the same song over and over again, they would look for opportunities to play outside the setting. They would look for jam sessions or cutting competitions. And you might be thinking, what's a cutting competition? You get two artists. So let's say we got two trombone, or rather two saxophones, like I have on the screen there. Those two would play against each other, and the audience would choose who was better, and whoever lost got cut, and there'd be a winner. But musicians brought their A game; they wanted to win, so that by them pushing themselves and competing against each other, they would create new types of music, better music, and so this is where the soloists came from. They would after the soloists and all these competition jam sessions led into the bebop era. All right, and who are these artists? The pivotal soloists of this era. There are more, but we're going to talk about four in particular. We're going to talk about Coleman Hawkins, Lester Young, Roy Eldridge, and Art Tatum. All right, so these are the pivotal soloists of the era. Uh, in the past, big bands such as Benny Goodman, Artie Shaw, Tommy Dorsey commanded all the respect and fame. With the rise of the soloists, these new stars became the bridge between big bands and bebop, and we will talk about them in detail. First, Let's get to our first Coleman Hawkins. All right, this is the creator of the vertical concept I talked about earlier. He was born in 1904 in St. Joseph, Missouri. This is important because Missouri had their own type of jazz, bebop, soloists. They had a style, right? Most moved. This gentleman was born in Missouri. Quite a few jazz artists moved from New Orleans up north. So Coleman, at the time, virtually no jazz musician was making real music with a tenor sax. It was considered to be a gag instrument. He decided to become a master of it. As a child, he learned how to play the piano, which gave him a certain style and a certain harmony. He perfected his sound at Washburn College in Topeka. All right, so gentleman went to college on the road to make his sound even better. He was hired by the Fletcher Henderson Orchestra. His first recordings were the 1926 The Stampede. While in the orchestra, he played with Louis Armstrong. Together, they refined his sound. He had a brassy and authoritative style, and that was changed over playing with Louis for a few years, and eventually his style became a lot more smoother and wonderful sound. We're going to listen to the song Body and Soul. Listen to him play the sax. Ready? Here we go. right. Wonderful. Let's move on to the next artist, Lester Young. Now, we talked about Coleman Hawkins. Let's talk about the musician that's considered his opposite. Lester Young started his musical career with his family and immersed himself in the city's vibrant jazz scene. The city in question is Kansas City. Known for his emphasis on improvisation and strong saxophone tradition, his career took off in 1934 when he joined the William Count Basie. The recordings that came from this union from 1936 to 1940 were groundbreaking. His style had competitiveness, soft, airy, hollow tone, limited use of the vibrato, and his mastery of rhythm and melodic phrasing and was essentially inventive with everything he did. He joined the army in 1944, but he was exposed to racism and mistreatment, and his service ended with a dishonorable discharge in 1945. The song we're going to listen to is from Pennies in Heaven. We're going to listen to him briefly as a soloist. This is in 1950, so after World War II. Here we go.
Hey, whoa.
Oh, wonderful. I mean, he sounds totally different than Coleman. Not that Coleman's bad or anything, but just different. Next, we're going to go to We're going to go. We already did Lester. Yeah, we're going to Roy Eldridge. I'm sorry, everybody. Welcome to Disneyland. Roy was born in New York. Was probably a little Harlem. He's known as Little Jazz and the Trailblazer. And the reason for that is just the way he's an innovator. He took the trumpet to another level. It all started at the age of 6 when he was inspired by the likes of Coleman Hawkins. In the mid-1920s, he became the lead trumpet player in the Fletcher Henderson Orchestra. So he played with Coleman back there. His groundbreaking work and sessions led to the likes of the song Christopher Columbus and collaborations with jazz legends Billie Holiday. His style can be summed up with style, attitude, and risk-taking. Where some would play safe, Roy was adventurous, inventive, and unpredictable. Totally opposite of his colleagues. He joined Gene Krupa's band in 1941 and later joined Artie Shaw's orchestra. This form of racial integration brought authenticity to white swing bands at the time. Roy turned the corner at the right time in jazz history, contributing to the genre's transition from swing to the exciting world of modern jazz. We're going to listen to Rockin' Chair. Let's listen to him. That was excellent. And last, but certainly not least, my favorite, Art Tatum. Born in 1909 in Toledo. Just want to be very clear about this gentleman. He's blind. He's legally blind. Despite never playing in a big band, his unparalleled excellence in the realm of piano is second to none. Tatum was born legally blind. He developed his remarkable piano skills by learning to play both parts of duet piano roles simultaneously. His training led to a quick technique characterized by precision and intensity. His professional career started at the age of 15 in Toledo. By the age of 19, he had his own radio show. His career took off in New York. His style was unique due to his training from a young age on his mother's piano. Finding artists that were talented enough or quick enough to play with Tatum were uncommon. Count Basie referred to him as the eighth wonder of the world. The gentleman was so amazing with the piano that other legends of music and jazz considered him a legend above them. Let's listen to him. By the way, he's blind. He makes it look so easy, doesn't he? What a legend. I never got to. I wasn't born in his era, sadly. Here's my works cited. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time.